Hey everyone, it's Christina here in beautiful Lake Havasu City, and today we are exploring some of the best dog parks in town. I'll give you a quick tour of each one, and later I'll be talking with a local dog trainer, behavior expert about safety tips, especially with our hot Arizona summers. And stick around because I'll also share some dog-friendly places where you can grab a bite with your pup. So let's get started. My name is Christina with the Horton team at Keller Williams Arizona Living Realty. We get calls every day from folks just like you. So whether you're planning to make a move in 9 days or 9 months, don't hesitate to reach out. All of our contact information is in the description box below, and we would be delighted to help you make a smooth move to Lake Havasu City. Okay, so now let's walk into those dog parks. This is Dillon's Dog Park at Sarah Park, one of the biggest and most popular off-leash areas here in Lake Havasu. It covers about 2 acres. It has separate sections for small dogs and large dogs. There's grass, shaded benches, and there's plenty of room to run. A lot of locals love this park because it's safe, well-maintained, and it gives dogs space to really stretch their legs. Next up is Lyons Dog Park at London Bridge Beach. This one is special because it is right by the water with amazing views of the Bridgewater Channel. It's got shaded benches, walking paths, and even spots where dogs can splash around and cool off. This is perfect for summer days when the pavement gets hot. Just make sure your pup doesn't overdo it in the sun. And I keep getting out here in the middle of the day when it's hot, so we're not really seeing any dogs running around, but I'll try to get some video of them later on. And here we are at Avalon Dog Park. This park feels a little more tucked away with a hillside terrain that gives dogs some variety to explore. There's a covered seating area for owners and plenty of open space for dogs to run. So if you're looking for a quieter spot with more relaxed vibe, Avalon is a great choice. Hey everybody, so the purpose of my video today is I wanted to kind of talk to people that are moving to Lake Havasu, relocating, or possibly they've never been here and they're visiting for the first time with their pets. And so I wanted to kind of talk about, is Lake Havasu a pet-friendly location? Where can you go with your pet? Some of the dog parks in town. And so I thought it would be fun to talk to a dog behavior analyst. And I've got Casey Ray here. So I'm super excited because he is got a great reputation. He's got a really awesome YouTube channel. So we'll make sure that we link that in the description below. So if you guys want more information or want to reach out to Casey, you guys can get his contact information below. And so anyways, I just wanted to bring you on today, Casey.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. Just to get that right, it's Casey Ray, dog behavior expert. She was all around it. She just didn't quite nail it, but it's all basically the same thing. I've been into the dog training industry for close to 30 years now. Before I got to Havasu here, I had multiple brick and mortar stores in the Midwest. That's kind of what brought me here. COVID took care of that, so I came out here and kind of basically doing more online training and working with select Lake Havasu type clients. And she asked me to take part in this. I said, absolutely, why not?
Okay, awesome.
But yes, you talk about a pet friendly. Lake Havasu is fantastic. There's dogs everywhere. That can be good and bad, right? If you know where to go, it's fantastic. But you also got to be aware of what to stay away from. And so I don't know if you have any specific questions for me. Want to go that way, or if you just want me to keep going? But
we'll probably do both. One of the questions I did have for you is, let's just start off with the big one out there. It's our Lake Havasu heat, right? So a lot of people can misjudge how severe our heat can be when they're coming here with their pets. I know years ago when I moved here, about 20 years ago, I came with my Beagle. We went hiking and I thought we were safe. It was a November day. It was beautiful, only like in the mid 80s. But on the way back from my hike, we were out there a little longer than I expected. I noticed my Beagle was like running from shade spot to shade spot to shade spot. And by the time I got home, his little paws, the pads on his paws were like all red and swollen. And I felt so bad. But I just really misjudged how hot the ground can get. So I thought maybe you could talk a little bit about pet safety in the heat.
You see more dogs walking around with the little booties on around here than anywhere, and you have to. I mean, basically, when you're in July and August, even June, July, August, September, if you're not up by 7 a.m., right? I mean, and out with your dogs, you shouldn't be walking them unless they have the booties, And even then, the temperature, like she talked about heat exhaustion, you got to be very careful. You got to know what to watch for with heat exhaustion, all those kind of things. Just real quickly, we might cover this later, but
yeah,
something that is a downside to Havasu with the pets is there's no emergency vet care. And that's something that we all are trying to deal with. Everyone keep asking, when can we get an emergency, right? You've probably heard that.
Yeah.
If something were to happen here, you got to go 2 hours away to Vegas, maybe an hour to Kingman, but they still might send you to Vegas. And sometimes that's too long, so we'll probably touch back on that in a little bit. But, Havasu's a fantastic place. The pets here are phenomenal. People here are phenomenal. And there's a lot to do. I mean, you really just, like I said, you can be aware. There's all kind of checklists. We could even create a checklist for everybody.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Hey, you bringing a pet in?
Yeah.
Here's what you can do. Here's what you can't do, right?
So yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. So when you're out with your pet, and what can you look for, or what would you say you should do with your pet when it's hot out?
Right. Well, the biggest thing, and here's the hard part, especially understanding dog behavior, is that when dogs aren't exercised properly, that's what leads a dog to frustration. You want to keep a dog fulfilled, and when you're not exercising them every day, they're starting to get frustrated, and that's where you get the aggression. That's where you get this reactive dogs. You get all this nasty stuff from us because they're not being fulfilled. So now you bring your dog to Havasu. It's 115 degrees in August. You're like, how do I keep my dog fulfilled? It's like I said, you got to be smart. If you're not up by 7, 8 a.m., I do a lot of treadmill training. You just got to be prepared and understand that just because it's hot out, your dog still needs exercise. If you could take anything from what I'm saying, is that your dogs need exercise regardless of the elements. If you're in snow, get them on a treadmill. If you're in the heat, get them on a treadmill, that kind of thing, because without it, frustration sets in, and now you're paying the price.
Okay. Do those little dog booties work?
Yes, they absolutely do. I mean, they're going to keep the paw pads, and that's a huge thing, too. I mean, I'll drive around. I would say I would do this, but drive around in July or August, and if you see someone walking their dog, say, hey, take off your shoes.
Yeah, put your foot on that
right.
ground. Yeah.
If your shoes aren't on, why aren't his? And you can actually see blisters all over. And dogs, I get desensitized to it, where they're just like, after a while, and it's cruel. It's absolutely cruel, but they do work. But it doesn't mean that while they're out walking and their paw pads are safe, that they're, the exhaustion's not setting in. And that's what you got to watch for both.
Okay. Is there certain breeds or maybe older dogs that are going to have a harder time in the
Absolutely. That's a great question, because any senior dogs, obviously, but a lot of your dogs with the pugs, the English bulldogs, they have a harder time breathing, the Boston Terriers, you definitely got to watch out for heat exhaustion with these dogs. Any dogs that are prone to heat exhaustion, it doubles when you get to Havasu.
Okay.
Now, so just be aware.
And I see a lot of Huskies out here.
Yeah.
But and I've been told that they have their own insulation, and so that they're kind of insulated, and it keeps them cool from the heat. But I don't know. I don't know how much I buy that.
I would not own a Husky here. And again, it's nothing against you Husky owners that are here in Havasu. Yeah. You guys love your breed. I get that. To me, it's not the ideal breed for this environment. If you're in Alaska, cold environments, perfect. They love to lay out in the snow. How are they going to thrive when it's 115 out?
And they're kind of a worker dog.
Right, and they're, exactly. Yeah. How are you going to keep them fulfilled with exercise? They're a pulling, you know what I mean? You got to channel all that energy into something positive. You got a Husky out here in the heat, you can't do anything with them. They're going to go nuts on you. That's basically, and that's where the frustration sets in, and then you start reading about all these things that are bad about the Husky.
Yeah. And
it all kind of comes from the same thing. People just need to be aware. What is it that you have? Where you want to go? What do you want to do with them? And just do a little homework. I'll help you. If you need some help, get with me. But that's exactly it. It's just use some awareness. All these breeds are neat in different situations, and just kind of pick something that's going to, or if you're getting a new dog, pick something that's going to thrive in this environment. If you already have a new dog, think of things that you can do to, leverage Havasu and still have a good time. Yeah. But keeping the dog cool.
Yeah. Because, a lot of dogs are going to love this lake, obviously, and go out there. You can take them swimming and things like that. But like my Beagle, he would not get in the water. He didn't like his ears to get touched by the water. And as soon as his ears touched the water, he was out.
Yeah, so you could do early socialization. If you're planning on coming out here, you got a new puppy, and you can't get here in time to socialize your dog in the water, put him in the bathtub. We did that when we had two little puppies when we were in the Midwest. It was winter time, and we knew we needed lake dogs. So we improvised, and our dogs learned to get, used to the water in the bathtub.
Okay.
And out here, yes, use this lake. Get them a nice life vest. Me and my wife take our dogs kayaking, paddleboarding. They love it, and they thrive in this environment. You just got to watch the temperatures, and get out early, which a lot of Havasu is. You get out here and watch this early lake in the morning. Glass is beautiful.
It's
you get all the
paddleboarding out here
with
in
the
the
dogs.
Morning. Yeah,
you'll love it. Just again, you just got to be aware and understand what you're coming into.
Okay, and then. Do you have any tips for people that maybe are taking their pet to a dog park for the first time, or maybe an unfamiliar dog park, like they come to town and they want to get a little exercise and they go over to one of these dog parks?
Right. That's Another great question. I, for one, do not recommend dog parks. There's too much instability in there. There's too much disease. You know what I mean? That's just stay away from them. Try to find, find a softball field. Those are usually fenced. Sneak in there and let your dog get some exercise. If you don't have the big yard, that kind of thing. But you can also, treadmill training, I can start getting into structured exercise versus just like retrieve. You could throw a game of retrieve where they're getting a physical exercise, or you could throw in a little obedience with retrieve. Now they're thinking. Anything where they think, you're tapping into mental and physical energy, that's going to wear them out a lot more. That's what you want to do in this heat. Okay. You want to find something that works fast, right? And that's kind of the idea. So.
Okay, but so maybe you're just coming to town and you're only spending a week here.
Right. There's some great parks here where we're at right here, London Bridge Beach Park.
They allow
beautiful.
Pets.
They allow pets. I mean, this is a fantastic area. They need to be on leash. Get yourself a 15 to 20 foot long line. As long as your dog is semi-trained at least, give them that freedom. You can even come in here and give them that freedom, work on come commands. When they get distracted, say, come here. They got to learn to come to you. That's how you get to that off-leash reliability anyway. Use this environment. The dogs love it. They're going to see the ducks, all these other dogs, all the boats, right? I mean, this place is fantastic. It's beautiful here.
Okay, so Casey, a lot of people, when they come to our town, they're going to be on the lake. They're going to spend their afternoon out on the lake.
Yes.
So what kind of tips or safety can we think of when we have our pets out there?
Well, one is a life jacket. I talked about that. You see a lot of people saying, "Oh, my dog can swim." There's undercurrents out here. There's drownings. It happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't be a statistic. Just put your dog in a life vest. That's the biggest thing I would recommend. But
yeah,
I teach actually what I call a place command. It's taught on a pet cot, and you could use like a 20 by 20 cot, throw it on your boat, and teach them place. And it's kind of like a crate without walls, and that helps with the structure. It helps give them something to do while they're out there, because it comes with a built-in stage. So they're like, I got to worry about staying here instead of just barking at this, all the distractions. And it really just helps them kind of understand the rules on the boat. Mm-hmm. It's helped mom and dad enjoy the boat ride, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and if it's getting too hot, take a break and let your dog swim for a minute and cool off.
Make sure you put your top up. Yeah, exactly. And you got to just understand that dogs overheat. Look at all the hair. I mean, don't take any chances. If you think it's getting hot, get them underwater. You can submerge them. I'm not sure on these tips, but I think you can pretty much put water under their paw pads, on the back of their neck. There's certain areas that you can quickly cool your dog down if you see some signs coming on. And it would be like a sense of panting, distress. You're saying, wait a minute, that just doesn't seem right. The heat's kicking in, you know what I mean? And I hate to say what that is, but their brain's starting to boil. And as disgusting as that is, that should be enough to say a wake-up call to say, wow, don't take any chances, because it happens.
I think my brain's gotten boiled out there a few times too.
Yeah. I'll share a quick experience, and this was actually with my dog. I've been training, like I said, close to 30 years, so this was well within. I knew what I was doing. We had an English bulldog named Lexi, a female. I was in the Midwest, and it's a little more humid there, but I remember vividly, it was like 82 degrees that day, and we had, I don't remember the acreage, but we were out on acreage, and she was just running around being her old self, and she came in, and something was just not right. She didn't make it. And we had to live with that. Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. She's got that smash face, 82 degrees. What could go wrong? But watch for signs. And from that day on, I mean, anytime I see any of my clients, I'm like, you just be careful.
Yeah, and
slide with caution.
Yeah, and like you mentioned earlier, it could be a quite extended amount of time before they're able to get the help that they need because of the services that we have in Havasu. So you want to take that extra precaution out here, because you might not be able to get the immediate help that you need from a vet.
That's a huge point.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be extra proactive, if that makes sense, because there are not any emergency vets here, and you have, I mean, probably Vegas 2 hours away is your best shot if it's something serious, even snake bites, anything. If they get into something that's emergency, 2 hours is a lot of times that's too long.
Yeah. Well, people come here and they think, okay, I'm gonna go to the lake. I'm gonna go maybe take a hike, because we have some beautiful hiking trails out in what we call Sarah Park. And they'll get their dogs out there. The people will go out there, they're overheat. They don't bring themselves enough water. So you need to make sure that you have enough water. But if you're taking your pets out there on those trails, you have to be aware of the potential that there could be snakes out there. So
rattlesnakes, yeah.
Rattlesnakes are here.
Taking on what she said there, we're in the desert. When you're coming here and you're hiking, you're in the desert. Use some common sense, right? Take care of yourself, have the water, have whatever you need to get to shade, get to cover, but same with your dog. Dogs aren't bred to live in the desert. So if you're going to take it out in the desert, you got to do the right thing so they come back the right way as they left. I mean,
Yeah.
I probably put a little more passion in that just because I've heard stories. I know what people do with their dogs, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
People just don't think sometimes.
Yeah. And snake bites are scary.
Yeah, and that's, you know, there are actually rattlesnakes here. You don't run across them all the time, especially on, you know, heavily trafficked areas. But if you're going to step out into the desert, you're going to get your side-by-side out, and you're going to go take a ride, and you're going to get your dog out, look around first, because there are rattlesnakes, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't have the, what's it called, the
like an emergency kit?
yeah, the thing that can save their life, you got to go 2 hours away, and a lot of times it's not enough time, and they pass on the way. I've heard too many stories. So
yeah,
that's just something you got to be careful with. You got to understand rattlesnakes are here. You know, did I check my area before I let my dog out? That kind of thing. And if you do that, I think you'll be fine. But it's just when you're like, he'll be fine. Well, that's
better safe than sorry.
Right, exactly.
And we know how passionate pet lovers,
we all are
parents
pet lovers.
can be.
Yes, exactly.
So
you know how hard it is to lose a pet from old age. It's it's when you lose them suddenly because something, especially if you feel like you're negligent. I mean, it can crush you, just like no different than a person. To me, you know, I love my animals, and if I knew I was negligent on something and it caused them harm or death, I mean, that's something that I would carry with me, right?
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, do a little homework. It's a beautiful place here. You'll love it. Your dogs will love it. Just understand the heat, that we're in a desert, and that there's no 24-hour vet service, and I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, great. And I mean, like, your pets are probably going to get more exercise here than some other places because we have like 300 days of sunshine a year. So
that's a damn good. You
have plenty of opportunities to get your pet out there and exercise.
And sun is, you know, nature, energy in nature is perfect. That's why we enjoy it. When you go into the woods, it feels so good. It's the same for your pets. So when you come to a place like this where you can get out in nature 365 days a year instead of 6 months out of the year, and that's for a lot of people, they're like, you know what, I'll wait until spring to do anything. Yes, get your dog out, enjoy them. Like I said, the kayaking, the paddle boarding, the swimming, take them out here, let them run. Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Casey. I appreciate
you
coming on. And like I said, if you guys want to reach out to Casey, we're going to link all his information down below so that you guys can, if you have more questions, you want to go check him out on YouTube because he's got some amazing tips. And
that'll do it. Yeah,
that'll do it.
Check me out on YouTube, and if you guys need anything.
Okay, so real quick before we say goodbye to Casey, I thought it'd be fun to just do some rapid fire questions to him. He's never seen these questions. So let's see how you do, Casey.
Let's do it.
All right. What's your favorite dog breed to train?
It's got to be a Belgian Malinois. I had one for 14 years. Best dog, most loyal dog I've ever had.
What kind of, that's rapid fire. I can't ask you more.
I was trying to hurry. You want me to go into detail?
No. Cutest dog name you've ever heard?
Oh, cutest dog name I've ever heard. Wow. I mean.
Or sappy. He's going to think it's sappy.
No, that's I mean, I've heard so many dogs. I like dogs. You know what I really like? I like dogs anymore that are named like after people, like Roger.
Yeah.
And Tim. And you know what I mean? I just think that's clever. The Lucys, the Max, the blah. It's just, yes, some of the names are just, they get so used over and over.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay.
I don't know if that was sappy, but.
And what training tip should every owner know?
Exercise keeps your dog fulfilled and away from frustration.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Thanks for watching today, you guys.
Take care.
See you on the next one.
All right.
First up, burgers by the bridge. You can grab a delicious burger while enjoying those beautiful bridge views. And yes, your dog can hang out right there with you on the patio. Next, Mud Shark Brewery. Great vibes, great food, and plenty of space outside where your pup can relax while you sip a local brew. Number 3 is Javelina Cantina. If you are craving Mexican food with a view of the channel, this is the spot, and the outdoor seating is dog-friendly too. Another favorite is the Red Onion, perfect for breakfast or brunch, and their outdoor area is super pet-friendly. Great way to start your day with your pup by your side. And don't miss Mackay Cafe, right on the waterfront. This spot is known for its laid-back atmosphere and breakfast favorites. And yes, dogs are welcome on the patio too. Okay, and here's a fun one, Home Depot. If you are running errands, this is the place in town where your furry friend can tag along while you shop. So whether it's burgers, brews, brunch, or even a quick hardware run, Lake Havasu has plenty of spots where you and your four-legged friend can enjoy some time together. So those are some of the best dog parks and pet-friendly spots here in Lake Havasu. Whether you're a local or just visiting, there's plenty to enjoy with your furry friend. Huge thanks to Casey for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments your dog's favorite spot in town. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.